We showed it to you live at 5 o'clock. That dumpster that was sitting in front of the downtown area there in front of the Civic Center is now out of the Grand River. It wasn't a specialized crew who made it happen. The city, they kept waiting to remove that piece of trash from the downtown river. So two river lovers decided to make it happen on their own. They took matters into their own hands. And 24 Hour News 8's Joe LaFergie has been following the story since the flood left it behind. And he's live tonight, Joe.
Yeah, Brian, you saw just a few minutes ago the large tow truck, if you will, coming in and yanking that thing up as it sat right here on the edge of the river. They eventually put it on a truck and it's back to the company where it came from up in Comstock Park. You know, we've been telling you about this dilemma on the city's part for the last couple of months, since May, that big dumpster ending up right in the middle of the river, right in front of DeVos Place for everyone to see. The city, as early as last week when I talked to him, said, hey, we're going to wait. The water is too treacherous. We don't want to send anybody in there. We don't want to risk somebody else's neck just to get our dumpster out. The river just too wild. Well, today, two guys on their own decided to tame the river. It sounded simple enough.
It was not that hard at all.
Dave Brown and Wade Baumgartner waded out to the big blue dumpster, took a bucket, and began to bail. And just like they thought it might, it began to float. But what to do now?
And it's like going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel. You don't know what to expect, right?
They steered it the best they could. Now remember, the city wanted to wait because removal might be too dangerous. The guys weren't worried, they know the river. But they admit there was that almost uh-oh moment.
I mean, it was
a little sketchy at first. We didn't know which way it was going to get.
Because you didn't know if that thing was going to roll over.
Right.
So we had to hope that it would balance. So he got on one side of the dumpster, I got on the other side. We both hung on.
But they managed to ride it to the shore just in front of Anabawan Park. And for both, it was as much a matter of civic pride as it was an adventure.
It kind of makes our city look like trash.
Right.
And we don't want our city to look like trash to outsiders.
And back with another look at the dumpster-free Grand River here in about the middle of downtown Grand Rapids. Those guys said, don't try this at home. These guys are used to getting scrap metal out of the river, all kinds of things out of the river. They know how this river is. They know where all those little holes are in the river that you can get into a mess. Still, they said it was a bit of a dangerous operation, and you heard there just a bit treacherous at times. But they say they were confident. They knew they could get that thing at least to the side and have it taken out of here. As far as the city goes, we haven't heard back from them on whether they're glad it's out or whether they're glad that these guys took the initiative to get it out. Live in Grand Rapids, Joe LaFergie, 24 Hour News 8.